Welcome to the Scuttlebutt Radio Program with your hosts, Tom Claxton and Cal Walters. Radio for veterans, by veterans. Brought to you by the Humana Veterans Initiative. A show for veterans, by veterans.
Welcome and thank you for joining us for a very special Thanksgiving week edition of the Scuttlebutt Network radio program, the voice of the veterans for the veterans on 106.5 FM, firing the shots heard around the world at scuttlebuttnetwork.com. You're on board with Cal Walters and Tom Claxton, both veterans of the United States Marine Corps, and we're broadcasting from the Humana Veterans Initiative studios in Mobile, Alabama. We are happy to have you aboard as we embark on the most important and entertaining hour on the radio each week as we tackle the issues and concerns vital to the welfare of our nation's most neglected asset, the United States military veteran. And we've got a very special show for you tonight. But first, we do want to thank some of the sponsors that make the show possible. Right, Tom?
We certainly want to thank the Humana Veterans Initiative, SADS Healthcare, the law firm of Gardberg and Clausen, and welcome aboard to our newest sponsor, Covenant Hospice, and their great staff. They do such a great job for all of our veterans.
They sure do. And not just this time of year, but throughout the year, they do a great job. But, they through the holidays, from Veterans Day to Thanksgiving and Christmas, they really put a special focus on recognizing all the veterans that they are working with. So we do appreciate their support. We thank all of our sponsors and our great listeners. We could not do this without your support. Remember, this show is all about giving our veterans a voice on the issues that are important to them. You can check us out if you can. If you're not in the broadcast area, you can always check us out on the TuneIn app for your smartphone at 106.5 FM. And we're going to forego our traditional stack today in order to focus on the spirit of the Thanksgiving week. And so today we're going to be presenting our top turkey awards for this year. That ought to be fun.
Hey, do we have enough time?
I don't know.
There's been so many of those yahoos this year.
And a lot of them do come from the Washington D.C. area. But there are so many choices, and there's a lot of fun. to be had with it.
They don't even know what to do with the turkey.
No. Hey, that's a story in and of itself. But you're not going to want to miss it. Of course, later on in the show, we're going to have a very special Thanksgiving week Tom's tirade on pusillanimous pardons. That's a big word there, Tom.
I'm pass on that one.
There you go. Hey, but first, it has been a rough year for our military and our veterans, largely due to the politicians and their lapdogs in the media who've just not done a good job of getting the story out for what's going on with our military and veterans. They like to wave the flag, but when it comes time to actually getting the facts out there, Tom, they seem to be able to find other things to do. And so we're going to get started with our first choice for the turkey of the year. Tom, who's up for you?
Well, there's so many, but I really have. I can't say that. Let me see how I'm going to say this. I guess I need to clean it up. It was a tough choice. But my first thoughts, I went to a tie with Chris Hayes from MSNBC and Bill Press from Current TV.
There's a couple of your good friends there.
Yeah, these yahoos don't know what a hero is. They don't know what the Star Spangled Banner is. Why we got to have a national anthem? Why? Come on. What?
Well, Chris Hayes, of course, was the one. Well, they kind of went back to back with this one because Chris Hayes kind of kicked it off with his story from MSNBC, where in the midst of our troops being deployed and a number of stories coming back, it was kind of revolving around some of the Medal of Honor issues. He has a panel on his show on MSNBC and decides that they can't figure out whether or not it's proper to use the word hero.
Say what?
And
I know.
I mean,
come on, hero is not a full lot of words.
Absolutely, that really brought on what the tagline for the closing line there.
It's kind of like if you've never been there, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, and they went around the whole. They went around the world trying to say, well, is a hero somebody? Is it somebody who is served, or is it somebody that has died heroically, or is it somebody who's just been in combat? And as far as I'm concerned, it's all of the above. If you raise your hand and take the oath, like you did, I did,
been there, done that,
millions have done before us,
right?
That you have they have the ability at any time to pick up the phone, give you a call, and say you're going here.
I was home on leave, and I got a phone call to the house that report immediately to the base, and I'm going, well, this is not good. So naturally we jump in our old car and off we go back to the base. We were in Mobile, and we wasn't supposed to be, but about 200 miles away from the base. So
that's 200 miles.
Yeah, that's a small stretch.
That was about as fast as you drive. It's no different.
But then when we got back, we were getting ready to embark, and me being a supply chief in the organization, I had a big job, to get everything squared away and all. But also I had to go over and get those 26 shots, that they lined up over there, and I haven't liked needles since, And they accused me of stealing when I was going out the door, and they said, "Hey, stop that sergeant! He's stealing government property," But thank God we got, we were having the Lebanon crisis then. And they had some kind of a peace accord or something, and they were able to work it out. So we didn't have to embark. I asked them if they could take the shots back, and they said, yeah, but we'll have to cut your arms off. So I decided I'd just let that slide.
Yeah, you never know exactly what they had in those shots. But but there's a story in and of itself. I mean, at that time you were supply chief, but you were in the artillery as well.
Right.
And so
it was the Honest John rocket outfit, Second Field Artillery Group, and we had all self-propelled 8-inch howitzers. We had 4.5s and all the big stuff, with the big bangs. That now I'm having trouble with my ears. But anyway.
Well, speaking of big bangs, that kind of leads into the whole story with Bill Press. And of course, he came out one day on the show that I think about 3 people listened to. His mom and his wife, I think, or 2 of them.
Yeah, he paid them.
There you go. But he followed up on it, and he came out with this story about he thought it was time to get rid of the Star Spangled Banner. And he went through the whole. He went through the whole rigmarole of he started out with it's too hard to sing.
My doctor sent me a bill for that, for bouncing off the wall after I heard that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And actually, I thought it was your contractor because it was the wall that took the
brunt. Well, the wall still hadn't been replaced. Right. I hadn't been able to find the money for that.
Yeah, they don't have anything that'll fit that big of a hole. Like your head went into it.
Maybe. Not with this watermelon head.
Well, there you go. But, here he is, and he started out with it's too hard to sing, and then he finally got to the point where I just don't like it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. And he had the quote where, he said, well, land of the free and home of the brave. He's like, land of the free, yeah, we are, but home of the brave? He's, what are we? We the only brave ones out there?
What is he? Did he forget the Indian and Cowboy War? I mean, come on.
He's forgotten a lot, but I mean, he's
he's really like we had like 4 Fs and those kind of people, and I wonder if he's triple F.
He's so far off the deep end that he it really to have him say that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But there's one other story that I wanted to touch on real quick, and my choice for the first turkey would be Janet Napolitano.
And, yeah, she was running a close second in mine. Matter of fact, I was trying to decide which one to be first.
Oh yeah, well just in terms of being a turkey, she has repeatedly made these lists of terrorists, and somehow veterans always end up on the watch list.
How the hell do our veterans get on a terrorist list? Come on.
Because they know how to use guns, and they might believe in the principles of government.
Oh, okay. You mean we know how to read the Constitution?
Well, yeah, read is the first part, and reading the Constitution. Yeah. That's dangerous right there.
And we can interpret it.
Interpret it?
Interpret it.
Okay. It's one of those big...
Yeah, that's one of them big words, like, how are you?
Oh, boy, we're not going there. But anyway, well, we certainly hope that you're enjoying our list of the top turkeys for 2012 when it comes to our veterans and military. While you're listening, why not jump on Facebook? Give us your thoughts on the biggest gobblers of the year. As always, you can visit scuttlebuttnetwork.com for more information. Again, we're celebrating Thanksgiving week with our thoughts on the biggest turkeys of the year. We'll have more later in the show, including a special Tom's tirade on pardons and profundity and more when we return to the Scuttlebutt Network radio program.